So this video is going to feature a light side deck. Uh, Something I've been trying to do for a while is there's a Death Star site for the light side that Obi-Wan, when he's alone there, is immune to attrition. So I wanted to make a deck around that site that allows me to play the permanent weapon version of Obi-Wan. And so it's actually TRM, Throne Room Main. So I'm starting first here. I'm trying to get out as many sites as I can. And I end up getting a very lucky first hand. I'm going to get all three of my sites out, three of my non-battleground sites in the first turn. So I'm going to get some big activation. I also got C3PO early too. And I did put in a lot of helper cards to get these cards out, but still it was very, very lucky to get those in the first turn. So here they come, and I'm at a 10 activation to 5 ratio, so that's a very, very good start. Of course, C3PO can come out and start helping me put junky cards back. I should say junky cards, high destiny cards. Put those back in my deck, try to get my characters out and start battling. He's got an interesting deck here with Abyss. Basically, if you draw a destiny, and that destiny is a card that's on table, then the person who draws that card for destiny has to like lose 2 force and lose the character lose 2 force unless they lose a character. I suppose we could click on it and see what it says. Okay, so the destiny card is lost, the destiny is 0, and the character loses immunity to attrition, and they have to lose 2 force or lose the character. So that's a tricky card to deal with sometimes, especially if, and I'm lucky to get my main site in here, my 2/2 site. That's the one that makes Obi-Wan immune to attrition if he's alone. But yeah, this can be tricky because you then want to keep those cards in your hand, and then you have sometimes duplicates, and then they can hit you with Monarch or Grimtosh. I do like balance attacks. I can go get admirals and generals without them being able to grab rebel leadership. I did grab this one because I do not want them drawing multiple battle destinies against me. This card lets you get around rebel leadership, which restricts the amount of battle destinies the opponent can draw. So I want to grab those. And it also looks like he's playing a space deck anyways with Quet Drive Yards, which lets him get out of system, and combat response, which is basically the same thing as squadron assignments for the light side. He's got Guri out now. I love this combo. They can't really be battled there because she's a droid and doesn't have presence on her own. But she's got some cool text where you limits opponent to 1 battle destiny. For the most part, there's ways around that. And the text of the ship that lets him draw the top card of reserve deck into hand. So I actually kind of want to get Chewie out pretty quickly. So that way he has to draw from his force pile instead, which isn't as convenient for him. But I've got Obi-Wan. I've got Great Dragon Howl, so he'll be adding 1 to power, adding a battle destiny. I make a mistake here because I think I can move Yoda over, but he got errated that he can only move to a episode 1 battleground site. So I forgot that. Now Chewie's on his own, which isn't great because he can't draw on his own unless he's hit. So that's not the end of the world though, because if he gets hit then he becomes forfeit 0, then he can draw. And if not, then I can at least use his forfeit. And chances are he's probably going to hit something if I get battled. So that Emperor's kind of neat. He lets you draw the bottom card of your force pile into hand once per turn, both your turn and your opponent's turn. And then 4 long lets you recycle cards, just like my C3PO does. We've both given each other, well, he's given me a lot of activation, I suppose. I haven't given him too much. Well, 2 icons, I guess. And I don't like that card. The Coarse and Rough and Irritating. I mean, I play it, I guess, in some decks, but it cancels it makes it so I can only draw one battle destiny. It's like situations where I'd like to draw a lot more than that. So I am a little bit worried about a Monarch here because he could play that and knock out two of my Obi-Wans, but so far I'm okay. I got my I can move these around in the replay. I guess I kind of forgot about that. I got a pretty nice space package here with what is that, a tunnel vision? Uh with Han and the Tidarium and Admiral Radis, where I can draw two battle destiny, and then if I get a rebel leadership, I can limit him to one battle destiny or add a battle destiny. I mean, honestly, if I'm immune to attrition and vastly outpowered, I might as well add a battle destiny. What I'm concerned about is I know he's playing a space deck, and if he gets these it's this TIE laser cannons from special edition. I forget the exact number, but it's the SFS some number laser cannons. He can just shoot the Tidarium down and make it lost, like without me even being able to battle him. So I kind of want to wait till Saber 1 comes out before I deploy the Tidarium. Because if Saber 1 comes out, then I can run away and avoid it. And Saber 1 lets him fire those cannons for extra cheap. He can do it with other ties, but if Saber 1 comes out, I'm against the Tidarium. I'm kind of hosed. But so far, I mean, I can drain him. He doesn't really have anything against me, but he's going to try to ambush me pretty soon. And I do, well, maybe there's that Rebel or Jedi Levitation. It's kind of hard to see in that corner there with the replay. Here's another tie. I think he can go get a tie defender. Erica comes out here. He's canceling my force drain bonuses. I guess he ran out of shield, so he couldn't much play anything, but I'm only drawing one battle destiny here because he uses that coarse and rough and irritating. The question is, can Chewie hit Erica? And he is able to. And I have sorry about the mess combo, so I can just straight up kill her and not have to worry about having to lose any of those characters there. So I think his idea was to kill one of those characters, but it ended up not working out. And that's the card I've wanted for a while. I know I had it in the deck. It'll let me get Yoda away from the Jedi Council chamber because right now he's stuck. I mean, there's no Episode 1 battleground sites for him to go to. I got to remember in the future to not deploy him to the Jedi Council chamber unless I can get him to where I need to go because it's too risky to have to try to rely on Odin Nestler. It's only a drain of one, but I got so much force, I might as well spend it. And since Darkseid has less of an opportunity to retrieve, it's I always feel like Lightside, I'd rather pay 3 to drain one than as Darkseid because it seems like Lightside can retrieve too easy. So he's having some bad luck here, not able to get the cards he wants, as far as I can tell. And Obi-Wan's being a nuisance over there, immune to attrition, draining for 2. I do got to spend 5 force to get Yoda out of there, but he's now defending that side. I got 3 characters defending a drain of 1 site, so not ideal, but at least I'm probably not going to get blown out there. And I have a couple tricks for Obi-Wan. Ditching cards with C3PO, trying to get better ones. So let's see what that one is. Okay, were you looking for me? So it's not. It's a card I want in my deck at this point now that C3PO is already out. So I'm going to put it back. And I got a Fly Casual, another card I want in my deck now that I got Iderium out. That's life. Got quite a few effects out now. And shields. So he's got to use 2 force, or he can't target me. He spends it, and then I blaster deflection anyways, which is I kind of like playing those cards in combination. So you use 2 force for no reason. Of course, I have to burn through 2 interrupts, but I don't mind that. Can I hit them all? Yes, I can. And since that's the case, I'll play another Sorry About the Mess to make him go dead. Oh, I guess it's not what I do. I guess I thought I would play that, but since I'm immune, oh, you know what? Since I'm immune to attrition and can't uh, be killed by attrition, I can't be hit by the lightsaber because that already happened. I figure I might as well burn his coarse and rough and irritating. I think maybe later on I do something with that. Sorry about the mess, but yeah, he's got to lose him, and he plays the Geek to soak 3 battle damage, which is probably a good idea. You know, if it's 1 or 2, it's worth it saving the Geek, but if it's 3 or above, it's usually a good idea to do it. Depends on what else you might be saving it for. Obviously, if it's just 1, you would lose 1 force and not the Geek most of the time because the Geek is a force itself, and you're losing 1 force either way. But I got a good lead here. Still can't go to space and drain for free, which is what I want to do because I'm worried I'm going to get slapped with a TIE interceptor with its amazing laser cannons. And a lot of my well, here I'm just trying to put cards back. A lot of my interrupts don't really help me against space weapons. They only help against land weapons. So I got a lot of force saved in my force pile, not worried about that. He's going to search down for a good card here. I'm just trying to get my hand size down a little bit because I want to be able to draw cards I actually want later. And I have too many cards and I don't want to get burned by having too many cards in my hand and not enough in my deck. So here comes double Saber Maul. So he's going to be able to target me twice. Let's see. So here comes Saber 1. So I feel a little bit better now. Saber 1 is out. I can go someplace else. Forget what the revert there was for. Just try to put some cards back, add some high destinies. Go in here to check my deck. The only reason I play don't do that again is so I can see what's in my deck. And so I'm just trying to snipe Maul in the control phase here without even having to battle him. I can't remember exactly why he didn't battle me on that turn. Maybe he was going to play something after initiative. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe thought he was going to get Jedi Mind tricked. I think I have some of those in this deck. So Maul's dead and I can force drain anyways, and I think he gave up after that. So yeah, it's not the best deck in the world, but it was the best thing I could think of for, how do you get. And I got a couple cards in there that, help me go find my sites, and then it is risky because it's not necessarily that easy to go get that Death Star site, but after a while with See Around Kid and Tunnel Vision and C-3PO, hopefully you can get it kind of quick. But Obi-Wan, you put 1 card there, just 1 card that's immune to attrition, defense value 6, power 5, forfeit 8, can hold down that site for a drain of 2, and go battle elsewhere and do some other stuff and try to force choke and put the hurt on and prevent them from really controlling too many sites. So ended up working out this time. Not sure how feasible it would be against all matchups, but it was nice to be able to put Obi-Wan at that site in a deck other than Rescue the Princess, where it's usually seen. So That's the Obi-Wan on Death Star deck. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you'll tune in for future videos, whether they're deck videos or booster pack opening or wherever else might be in store. So thanks again.